Hello and welcome to Coco Styling. My name is Micah and today we will be talking about the different types of contrast.
So just putting it out there, this is going to be a long one. This will include 1. Skin tone, eye color and hair colors. 2. How to determine your undertone as a dark-skinned person. 3. How to understand your contrast level. 4. What are color seasons? Then we're going to talk about the individual seasons. And then we will have a Q&A in case there's anything that you guys want me to talk about, but doesn't necessarily fit in any of the other videos. Some of this might change in order, or I might add some, depending on the questions you guys ask.
This is my third video in my second color series, so if you haven't watched the other ones, here's a playlist with all of my videos about color seasons. Before we talk about contrast, we should clear up some things about color seasons. They are color palettes based on the colors that you're able to find in nature during that specific season. I know that the name can be confusing, but these colors are colors that you get to wear all year round because they are palettes that harmonize with your natural coloring. To figure out your best colors, you need to take into account 3 aspects in both your features and the colors of your palette. 1. Temperature, if you're warm, cool, or neutral. 2. Your contrast type, if it's light, dark, low, or high. And 3rd, your chroma, if you're muted, bright, or medium. To figure out your color season, you need 2 things. Your overall undertone, this will determine if you look better in warm colors or cool colors, and your contrast level. This will determine your type, clear, soft, dark, or light. Please take into account that changing your hair color and wearing contact lenses will change your contrast level. This is why you might see some examples in different types in the following videos. However, your true season is the one with your natural features. Also, of course, there are exceptions to every rule, so this is just a general guide. I've had clients with cool undertones that look better in warm colors, or clients with black hair that look better in pastel colors. So it's very important for you to keep in mind that color seasons are about your personal best colors, not about a set of hard rules. But, as always, with styling, before you break the rules, you must know them. We have 4 main types: clear and soft, dark and light. Clear and dark have high contrast levels, and light and soft have low contrast levels. Clear or soft. These are opposites in contrast. If you have a high contrast level, you're clear, but if you have a low contrast level, you're soft. Clear types. They look their best in bright and clear colors. If this is your type, your features are a mix of opposites, or you have very saturated features. The natural coloring of a clear type is bold and vibrant, a mix of opposites. What I mean by this is that you will find opposite features in your body. For example, if your skin and eyes are opposites, like having very dark skin and light eyes, or if your skin and hair are opposites, like having dark skin and very light hair, or having light skin and dark hair. The thing about this is that opposites create a very high level of contrast. I do have to make a note that if your hair has grayed out, but it's not like a completely gray or completely white look, this doesn't necessarily apply, because everyone's hair grays out eventually. Now we have high saturation levels. If you do not have opposite features, you should also look at your saturation level. If your natural coloring is very bright and saturated, this might be your type. You can also have a lower contrast level if your features are very saturated. This is why very dark people, or people that have very high saturation levels, look great in bright colors. Not because of a high contrast level, because if you actually have dark skin and dark eyes and hair, you have a low contrast level. The same thing with having light skin and light eyes, you have a low contrast level. But because of the clearness, the intensity, and saturation level of your features, you want to have that in your colors. A lot of people from blogs or YouTube, and even some stylists, might tell you that this is because of the contrast that the skin makes with the white of the eyes and teeth. But that doesn't actually play much into it. Your eyes can be slightly more yellow and you would still look great in bright colors. Also, two people can have the same skin tone and have the same whiteness in the white of their eyes, but one can be muted and the other one can be clear, and they're gonna look great in completely different colors. They can have warm, cool, or neutral undertones, but they are very saturated and clear. There is nothing muted about their complexion. Hair. They can have lots of hair colors, but they usually range from black or black brown. But if you have natural black hair, that can indicate that you're a dark type instead. You can also have brown hair ranging from dark to light, and you can also have red, blonde, gray, or white hair. Eyes. Again, you can have any eye color, but they should be clear and bright. If you have darker eyes, they must be very saturated, and if you have light eyes, they must have very defined limbal rings. This refers to the ring around your iris. The way you can determine if this is your contrast type is if your features look saturated or bright. You can have lighter or darker features, but they have a medium to high contrast level that looks better when your colors are bright and intense. Soft. Soft types look their best in soft and muted colors. If this is your type, your features are very similar in color, giving you a blended look. Or you can also have very muted features. The natural coloring of a soft type is soft and delicate. Low contrast level. This is when their features might not be similar in coloring, but they have a low contrast level because they are not very defined. The color might even look ash-like or blurred, and this is why they look their best in muted colors. Blended features. This is when their features are all very similar in color. They look like they have blended with their skin. For example, having a brown skin and having a lighter brown hair color that kind of matches your skin. Or having light skin and light eyes without a defined limbal ring. Undertones. They are usually neutral, but they can be cool or warm. But they will have muted hair or eyes, or all of their features might blend together. If your skin is neutral instead of neutral warm or neutral cool, look at your eyes and hair so that you can classify yourself as a soft summer or a soft autumn later. Their hair color will usually be very close to their skin color or be very muted. So you can have black hair and be a soft type. All you have to look for is soft features, so having soft hair that looks blended against your skin or it looks muted. So in some cases, some soft people will have dark brown hair or even black hair, but it will look muted and soft, never saturated and bright. Eye color. They can have any eye color, but again, just like with their hair, it will be soft or muted. If you have darker eyes, they will usually look slate because they lack brightness and definition. They can be black or dark brown, but the rest of the features will look slightly faded. If you have light eyes, they won't have an extremely defined limbal ring. The way you can determine if this is your contrast type is if your features look blended or softened. Nothing stands out too much. You can have lighter or darker features, but they have a low contrast level that benefit from colors that also blend with your features. They shouldn't contrast a lot, because that can overwhelm you. Now we have light and dark. Just like with soft and clear, these are opposites in contrast. If you have darker features, you're dark, and if you have lighter features, you're light. Keep in mind that you can be dark-skinned and be dark, but being dark is not about your skin, it's about your hair and eyes. But you can't be dark-skinned and light because you need your skin to also be light. Dark. Dark types look their best in saturated and dark colors. If this is your type, your hair and eyes look very dark against your skin. The natural coloring of a dark type is deep, rich, and intense. Dark features. Dark types can have any skin tone, but their eyes and hair will always be dark, most likely black or very dark brown. Undertone. They can have any undertone, warm, cool, or neutral. Hair. It doesn't really matter what your skin tone is, but if you're a dark type, your hair is gonna be dark. It can range from black to dark brown or even dark reds, but not blonde or lighter hair colors. You can find gray hair, of course, when your natural hair grays out eventually, but that is a topic for another video or for the Q&A. I think it is enough to make a whole video about it, but I will let you know. Their eyes are very easy to recognize because they will always be dark. They range from black to dark brown, or if you have lighter skin, you can have those reddish dark brown eyes. But one of the main keys to identify the eyes in a dark type is that they will always have like a very rich, intense look. You can't be a dark type and have light eyes. The way you can identify this type. The way you can identify if this is your contrast type is if you have very dark eyes and hair. Your skin can be light or dark, but both your hair and eyes must look very dark and piercing against your skin, giving you a high contrast level that benefits from high contrast color combinations that come from a light and dark scale. Now we have light. Light types look their best in light and delicate colors. If this is your contrast type, your hair and eyes look very light against your light skin, giving you a very low contrast level. The natural coloring of a light type is delicate and colorful. Light features. Light types have lighter skin, only fair and light-skinned in my system, and their eyes and hair are also lighter. Like I said before, if you're dark-skinned, you can't be a light type. However, you should look into the soft types. Undertone. They are usually neutral, but they can be warm or cool as well. Hair. Whether you have light or fair skin, your hair will usually be light brown, light blonde, or light red. Eyes. Just like dark types, their eyes are very easy to recognize because they will always have light eyes. They can be green, blue, gray, hazel, violet, or light brown, but they don't have dark brown or black eyes. If you do, you might be a soft type instead. The way you can determine if this is your contrast type is if you have no dark features, no dark hair, eyes, or skin, giving you a low contrast level that needs a light type of color contrast. This means that your best colors have a medium saturation level, but they are light to avoid overwhelming your coloring. Well, today I decided to record at night, so I don't have the usual birds, but we have crickets. I feel like they're even noisier than the birds, but that's okay. And this was everything for today. It wasn't a short one. I don't know why I thought it was going to be, but I hope you enjoyed it. And on the next video, I will be starting with the color seasons, what I would almost call contrast types part 2 or 3, depending if you're counting the past series. Today I was only talking about the different contrast types, but on the next one we're gonna talk about how to determine yours with color draping. Remember that you can go to micah.com for more information, and if you want to skip all of these steps, you can book me as your personal stylist at cocostyling.com. However, if you're watching before August the 25th, 2021, I have a waiting list in place because I'm working with a lot of you, so thank you so much for the support, but you can read more about it in my website. Have a nice day, and I hope to see you soon.